Welcome back folks to another Forza Horizon 5 build, this time for a slightly less obvious car, not a vehicle which is particularly good even for top end speed, but a very cool one, the Gordon Murray T.50. Now this one is one of those builds, much like the AMG Project 1, which you do need to use your controller buttons, or your wheel controller buttons, to put the wings down, because it will severely limit the top speed if you don't do that. So in the case of a controller, just press in the left stick while the car is at a complete stop, and you can see it at the bottom of the screen later on in the video, and you can switch between having the wings up or down. You need them, of course, down. With the wings up, you can do about 250, with the wings down, far more, and reach the speed in the thumbnail. Now, as far as all the parts, you can see everything I've done in the video. Like I've said before, there are certain things which I don't go for, so I know some people always go for like a chin splitter and a spoiler because you assume it will make the car better. It will through corners, but it will sacrifice some top-end speed and some top-end acceleration, so it depends on what you want. You could always save a couple of different versions of a build if you need one that's slightly better for cornering, one that's just a straight line car, and like I've said before, these builds are designed for you to be able to change it to your own personal needs. This is a canvas for you to work from. I will jump into the settings side of things. I will of course put in the description, and probably here on screen as well, the share code so that you can just search for it quickly if you can't be bothered to do the build yourself, you just want to slap it straight on the car from my storefront. Of course, there are way more builds on my storefront than there are here on YouTube because of the time it takes to make a video versus the time it takes to put them on the storefront, so check out those. And of course, we will then jump out on the road to show you what it can do in practice. Now, the difference in top speed with those wings down is huge, and I'm happy to say that one of the key differences between this and the Mercedes, which I mentioned earlier on, the AMG Project 1, is that that car becomes borderline undrivable if you put the wings down, because it has like no downforce at that point. It makes a great difference to the top speed, but it ruins the handling, or at least it used to. I don't know if they fixed that. This one, it barely affects it at all. It's still fantastic handling, fantastic cornering, and a huge amount of grip. And I do think that probably the fan system will make a difference to that as well. And of course, even the McLaren F1, that's something which many people don't realise about it, had a form of ground effect as well, but nowhere near to the degree of this car. So again, that will work against the top end speed a little bit because of the suction that it generates, but even then, you can overcome the limitations of its power, the limitations of its normal speed by dropping the aero. So you can make it quick enough, I would say, for most circumstances. Up around 270-ish, the high 260s, that's not bad. You know, for a vehicle of its type, that's mostly quick enough for general events. So if you decide to use the build, of course I hope you enjoy it. If you're a fan of the car but you needed more speed, that's really the point. I hope it comes in handy for people who do love this vehicle. And of course, check out both the other tunes here on YouTube that I've done and the hundreds upon hundreds of builds that I've got on my storefront as well. But I'll see you next time with more, and for now, thanks for watching.